Fact 104! Yay! One little thing here. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. Somebody gave me this top. It's okay. I like the color. I don't know if I like the saying so much, but it's kind of fun. I don't know. I might be in a mood for it sometime. Not today, but just wearing it for right now. And Fun Fact 104 is I'm going to do a quick review of a show that I'm watching right now. And actually, it's based on another show. There was the Squid Game show. I'm sure you've all heard of it. I think I watched like the first episode, maybe the second, maybe the third, and then I gave up. The first episode I found really intriguing and fun. And then they all went home and got smart. And I hate it when like they're like, oh, superheroes are so smart and they solve the problems all the time and everything's great. And then they do one where it's like they all get stupid. So it was like they all went home and then they all went back. And I understand not having money and I understand being in tight situations and awful situations, but they went back. So I tried to hang in there for a little bit longer, but it was just showing the worst of humanity and characters, and I really wanted some turnaround. And maybe if I would have hung in there longer, I would have seen the turnaround, but I kind of heard it doesn't really turn around. So, but the actual Squid Game thing I wasn't really into. So, but they just come out with this new show, which is Squid Game: The Challenge, where they're actually doing a lot of the challenge in the Squid Game, and they don't actually die, of course, but they get shot with paintballs and pretend to die, and I think it's hilarious. But and some people are really serious and really upset, and yeah, they get really emotional about it and stuff. And I've watched up to the current one. I think the next one is coming out tonight, tomorrow night, that somewhere within the next few days. But I watched it to a certain point. I talked to a friend about it. He didn't like Squid Game, and he didn't like this game show one. He just watched the first one, but he said it was just really weird, and that he heard a lot of people are suing the show because they got injured running or doing something. And I'm like, but that's what you signed up for. So I don't think if you ran and you tripped and you fell and you didn't get to continue on in the game, that's part of the game. And if you got hurt running and falling, that's kind of on you. So I don't understand why they're suing. But yeah, so I've been watching it, and I've actually been rooting for people and enjoying it and enjoying some of the dynamics and some of the really twists and turns. Like the last one that I saw was they were having a picnic and they got the marbles, and they were having a picnic with the person that they enjoy spending the most time with, of course, and now one of them is going to have to go home. And they left it like as a cliffhanger, and I kind of liked it, that little evil twist in there, honestly. The what would you do kind of twist. And it very, 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 very interesting. And some, like the battleship game, I really loved the battleship game. That was really fun because I've played it and I love battleship, but to have like human battleship was really fun, and how that all worked out, and how people didn't have the control, and that was the thing that upset them most. It wasn't that they lost, it was that they were sitting in a boat and they had no control over whether they survived the game or not. And I think that's kind of like life. So kind of like that. So I kind of like Squid Game: The Challenge better than the actual Squid Game that came out. I like some of the memes and spoofs on Squid Game, but I never could get through the whole thing. Whereas I'm still hanging in there with Squid Game: The Challenge. So I recommend it. But like I said, my friend didn't like it so much. So I think everything, a lot of things can be acquired, but I like things where people are actually doing something. And he said he didn't like all the interviews, and I just fast forward through those and get to the action. That's kind of like Survivor, when they're all doing like, oh well, he said he was in an alliance with me, but then he voted me out. It's like it's a game, you know. Um, do you really think you can trust people all the time? I don't know, but and all the backstabbing and all the social experiment crap. I'm like, no, I just want to see the challenges and the action. But I do pay attention to some of the social stuff because some of the twists can be really interesting in some of the choices, to observe people and kind of say, well, that person's going to make that choice because that's how they are. But other than that, I thought it was really good, and I recommend Squid Game: The Challenge. But the jury is still out because I haven't finished watching it. Ciao, Bellas.